Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news you can use. In this video, we're going to go over the state of the stimulus negotiations as of December 17th at 2020. So let's get right into it. All right, I think we're getting really close, guys. Today, Senate Majority Whip John Thune said that a short-term stopgap is a real possibility since congressional leaders have not been able to close out the $900 billion COVID relief deal. What he's talking about there is the government funding is set to expire on Friday, and they're trying to get the COVID relief stimulus deal attached to that. So they actually passed last week 1 week extension till December 18th, tomorrow. And he says if they don't get the COVID-19 negotiations as of tomorrow, they want to extend that out a few days. Thune told CNN he hopes that the continued resolution or stopgap is no more than 24 or 48 hours. That would mean it would be up until Sunday. So basically, right now, lawmakers are running out of time to pass another coronavirus relief package before Congress adjourns for the holidays. And that would be on the 23rd of next week. On the outstanding issues, Thune says direct payments for individuals has been one of the last issues to close. He said the goal is not to increase the $600 payments because doing so would be a lot harder to pass. So as of right now, it was, the original package was $1,200. And then Thune yesterday said it's most likely going to be $600, $700. And today he said, well, if it's past the $600 mark, it's going to be hard to pass through Congress on both the House and the Senate. Thune said, I know there's going to be, he says, I know there's been a lot of discussion to further restrict who gets it, so it really helps people who need it the most. And that would be one of the way of driving that score down. So he said they are looking at specific income benchmarks to make that work. So if you hit a certain threshold of income, you will get less than $600. Yesterday, I said that Democrats were trying to sneak in state and local government funding without classifying the payments as such. That's going to be through FEMA, but I don't think that's really going to happen. And Thune also suggested that money for state and local governments through that fund administered by FEMA is still an issue. He said it looks increasingly hard if it looks like a backdoor conduit to provide money for state and local cities. And that's exactly what is going on here, guys. So if the Democrats are saying, well, we can't directly get our funds for state and local governments, we'll just use language in the FEMA in the FEMA bill to say, well, we're going to broaden that language of city and local governments and said for whatever they need it for. So I'm pretty sure that that's probably not going to make it through, but we'll see when the legislative text comes out. Thune noted that there's also an ongoing debate over limiting the Fed's emergency lending program, as well as the so-called Save Our Stages program to help entities impacted by the pandemic. Now, to me, it's important to give businesses that were hit hard more money to help them out through this time because they've been hit hard. Thune said everybody at this point of the process has leverage and everybody wants to get the best possible deal on the things that are important to them in the agreement. So that's why it's taken forever, because everybody has a voice right now on getting what they need into the bill. Now, New Jersey Democratic Representative Josh Gottheimer and New York GOP Rep Tom Reed, co-chairs of the Problem Solvers Caucus, said that they are confident that there will be a stimulus agreement done by Friday. So even though some are saying, well, it looks like we might have to push it out, there's others that think we will be able to get a deal done by Friday. They are literally within inches of a deal, Gottheimer told CNN's Poppy Harlow. So inches within a deal, but we always know when we're inches from the goal line, a touchdown has to be a touchdown. Even if you're a couple inches away, it's not a touchdown. So we'll see. We have an agreement on the principle, he said. Everybody here on Capitol Hill knows we must get this done. Gottheimer said, we've been working in a bipartisan way for months, but we got to get it done. Everybody agrees we got to get it done. He was asked why it has taken so long to get to this point. Reed said he agreed we should have done this months ago. We should have done this before the election. Yes, should have been done 4 months ago. But the caucus was instrumental in getting leadership to the final negotiations. Isn't that crazy? Where the leadership isn't taking point. I thought that was the point of having leadership, is to work together on both sides of the aisle. Why does it have to be the caucuses, the individual representatives in both parties that are talking right at this level, when the leadership isn't talking? We need more leadership talking. We need leaders that will, get the job done. So, and that's what everybody's angry about right now. Now, Gottheimer said that the relief deal is meant to hold over those in need until the next administration. Now, let's examine that point right there. Until the next administration. So they want to get something small now and the rest later. Some argue that the Republicans would be less likely to work with Democrats when that day comes. Specifically, the two people that specifically said that is yesterday Senator Bernie Sanders and Joe Manchin, who reportedly got into a heated exchange over how big the stimulus checks were. Checks were initially left out of the $900 billion proposal. And if you want to see what's in that $900 proposal, I broke it out. So click up here. Before reportedly getting into added as part of the compromise, Sanders argued for more robust direct payments, while Manchin advocated for a lower amount instead of preferring to emphasize unemployment benefits. Senator Sanders does not believe that there will be a future stimulus package with the next administration, and AOC also agrees with them. Now, New York Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said there is an urgency to try to get as much included in the coronavirus stimulus talks. It could be the last chance for a meaningful relief bill if Democrats do not control the Senate once President-elect Biden takes office, she explained. So basically, they're saying, well, if the Republicans hold on to the Senate, they'll have more power to say, we're not really going to give you more stimulus going on into the next administration. That's what she's arguing right there. The Democrat told CNN's David Axelrod on an episode of The Axe Files that was released today that if a package is passed with limited assistance and Democrats don't win the Senate runoff elections in January, she has very real doubts about any willingness or appetite that he would have to work with the Biden administration to pass what would be a third bill. She said, I believe that once the moment Biden gets inaugurated, I think we'll start hearing from Republicans, oh, this is all in the past. People are reopening their business. I mean, they were denying how bad it was when we were in full swing of it and are in the full swing of it, she said. And so that is also, I think, adds the urgency of trying to get as much as we can right now, because unless we win in Georgia, a third bill is not promised. And even if we're able to accomplish one, we don't know how generous it will be. So basically, AOC and Bernie are arguing tomorrow's not guaranteed. I'm not gonna vote for yes for the bill. So most likely Bernie Sanders and AOC is going to probably be a no vote on this current bill because it's not as large as they all hope for. And before the election, they agreed initially on $1.9 trillion, but they were all playing politic. And so we were at 1.9 just a month ago. And now we're at $1 trillion. So they have a point, because if the Republicans hold on to the Senate, they have the power to actually pass any bill. Now, please comment down below if you agree or disagree with that statement. Do you think Republicans, if they hold on to the Senate, that no third bill would come about in early 2021 when President-elect Joe Biden takes office? I would love to know what your thoughts are. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said today there's been some progress on COVID-19 relief negotiations this morning. I mean, some progress. They're always saying there's some progress. She was asked if she thinks they'll reach an agreement today. Pelosi said, we'll let you know. I don't think there's going to be a complete agreement today. We'll let you know. That's just basically saying, hey, it might come, it might not. But so as we speak right now, Congress is hammering out a possible second COVID-19 stimulus deal. Now, while details of that's likely to be in what's likely to be in the plan began to emerge yesterday, there's nothing final until its legislative text is released. And as of right now, there is no legislative text for us to break down what's in the deal. When that text is released, I will update you on all that's in the details. And remember, guys and girls, Devils are in the details. It's not clear exactly when a deal could be unveiled, but once it is, congressional leaders will have to corral the rank and file and move as fast to go into the House, to go into the Senate, pass that, then it gets checked, and then it goes to the president's desk, gets signed off, and that takes a few days. So what's the urgency, everybody's saying? So as we discussed before, the Georgia Senate runoff races in January right now, that will determine the next majority. On a phone call with his conference on Wednesday yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell noted that multiple times how the issues of direct payments has become a major issue in the races. McConnell said of his GOP colleagues, Senator Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, Kelly and David are getting hammered. I said that in the previous update yesterday, because if the Republicans are seen as not wanting to give support to a stimulus deal, they're probably not going to get reelected for the Georgia runoffs. I mean, this stimulus deal is a huge issue for Republicans right now. Here's why the possible stimulus deal and the government shutdown are related. Congressional lawmakers are working to finalize a second COVID-19 stimulus deal, and they're trying to do this ahead of the Friday government shutdown deadline. With less than 2 days on the clock right now. I mean, it's Thursday at noon, so we have 2 days on the clock. Well, less than 2 days on the clock. Now they're discussing the possibility of extending the shutdown deadline again, as I spoke, to allow more time for negotiations, to lock down a deal and push it through the House and the Senate. And here's where the two issues are related. So as I discussed in my previous updates, you have the $1.4 trillion government spending fund to fund the government through next year. And then you have the COVID-19 coronavirus deal, and that's supposed to be piggybacked on it. You can't really, they want to put them both together. That's why they might do a stopgap, and the stopgap currently was passed in 1 week for tomorrow, and it's probably going to be passed again for the end of the weekend to give them more time to negotiate before Christmas. Now, if lawmakers pass that stopgap bill to prevent the government from shutting down on Friday, it will be the second time in just a short period of time. That usually doesn't happen. So just last week, the House and Senate both passed that short time bill. And the consensus on Capitol Hill right now is that there will be a relief deal after months of bickering stalemate. If that happens, that's remained to be seen. But Congress is now stuck. Where are we at right now? We're basically stuck in the waiting game of waiting for the top 4 congressional leaders and the White House to agree. Once they iron out the fine details and haggle over it, then the legislative text will come out, and then we can have a deal. Now, the price tag, it's going to be close to the $900 billion I discussed before, and it's expected to include vaccine distribution, and for schools, job benefits of $300 per week, $330 billion for small business loans, and a new round of stimulus checks around $600 a person. Now, as I said before, while the proposal is also expected to include the $90 billion fund administered by FEMA that provides to state and cities, it will not include a large pot of money for state and local governments that Democrats had demanded. It also will not include liability protections. That's also been a sticking point. So as of the bottom line guide right now, as of December 17th at noon, unless things change quickly today, final considerations of the massive measure could slip into the weekend or early next week. So that's your stimulus update as of today. So if you like this video, smash that like button down below and consider subscribing. If you like financial news you can use, and that bobblehead right there in the middle of the screen, you can smash that to subscribe. So I'll be talking with you in the next stimulus update. Take care, guys. Ciao.